Every civilization carries a memory, a story whispered into its children, a place they call home. But what happens when a people forget? Not through fire, not through war, not even through the erosion of time, but through one stupid day. That was how Earth was lost. They call the colony Nova Aeon, the last ark of humankind, a city of domes and silver towers where the stars replaced the seas. Here no one speaks of Earth, not because it is forbidden, but because it is gone, erased from memory, vanished from the record. Generations have lived and died in Nova Aeon. They have never touched real soil, never heard the crash of waves, never breathed unfiltered air. And because no one remembers Earth, no one misses it. The council tells the people that Nova Aeon has always been the only home of humankind. Counselor Vera stands before the crowd, her voice sharp as steel. We are the beginning. We are the source. We are the only home mankind has ever known. Let no voice pollute our unity with fantasies of a lost cradle. The crowd answers in unison, unity, unity, Nova Aeon forever. Long ago, they say, there was a mistake, a glitch. They call it the synchronization error. A single day when all records shifted, archives rewritten, maps erased. And from the data, Earth was gone. Parents obeyed, teachers rewrote their lessons, children learned new truths. Within one generation, silence became normal. Within two, silence became law. But memory has a way of clawing back. In the crowded markets of Nova Aeon, a young woman walks with quick steps and sharp eyes. Her name is Lira Solon, a technician, a daughter of no one important. To most, she is invisible. But destiny does not forget her. She stops at a stall, studying a half-broken star compass. How much for this? She asks. The merchant laughs. That junk won't point anywhere but nowhere. Lira turns the compass in her hands. Everything points somewhere, even junk later. In her small workshop, Lira studies old fragments of star maps. Her walls are cluttered with diagrams, strange relics salvaged from scrap. She mutters to herself, it doesn't add up. The trajectories, the archives, something's missing. She switches on a cracked console. Static bursts across the screen, followed by a faint, broken whisper. Earth. She freezes. What? Say it again. The console flickers again. Earth. The word means nothing to her, and yet it makes her heart race. She whispers it softly. Earth. For the first time in centuries, the lost word breathes again. Life in Nova Aeon shines like perfection. Beneath the glass domes, skies glow violet under twin suns. Children float in low-gravity fields, merchants shout across neon markets, and ships rise toward the stars. It looks like paradise, but paradise has a price. Every citizen is taught that Nova Aeon is the first and only home of humankind. The council makes sure of it. In schools, teachers guide children through star charts and lead them in chorus. Humanity was born among the stars. Our cradle was Nova Aeon. The answer comes back in one voice, Nova Aeon forever. Food grows in biolabs, water is harvested from comets, and air is recycled endlessly. The people drink, eat, and breathe by the hand of machines. They don't know what it means to walk on soil, feel rain, or hear the sea. And because they've never known it, they don't miss it. Lira notices what others don't. She scavenges through wrecked consoles and outdated maps, searching for patterns. In her small workshop, she mutters to herself, it doesn't add up. We didn't just appear here. We came from somewhere. Her friend Darrow laughs over a meal of synth bread. Why waste time on trash? Fix air pumps for the upper domes and you'd be rich. Instead, you chase ghosts. Don't you ever wonder what came before? She asks. He shakes his head. Wondering is dangerous. The council doesn't like questions. In the upper domes, the wealthy live among artificial rivers and endless holograms. In the lower domes, workers fight to keep the colony alive. Yet both rich and poor share the same silence. Earth is not taught. Earth is not remembered. Most accept it. Lyra cannot. At night, she studies corrupted data, tracing numbers and routes that always end in empty gaps. And then the word returns to her, whispered by a broken console. Earth. She repeats it softly into the dark. Earth. The word stirs something she cannot name, a memory she never had. And it is only the beginning. The voice from the archive plays again and again in Lyra's ears. This is Earth Command. She replays it until the words burn into her mind. Earth is not a myth. Earth was the beginning, but the more she digs, the more dangerous it becomes. Over the following nights, she returns to the hidden chamber. Each time she unlocks a new file, she learns more. Images of landscapes, mountains covered in snow, endless oceans, forests alive with green. Old transmissions of scientists arguing over migration plans, schematics of colony ships bearing the crest of Earth, and then the most chilling file of all, the record of the day it was erased. She watches the footage in silence. A council chamber, younger faces but the same robes. Panic fills the room. Data streams flicker with error codes. One voice shouts, "The synchronization error is spreading. Earth's entire archive is collapsing." Another voice answers, calmer but sharper, "Then we let it collapse. We rebuild history without it." The chamber falls silent. Someone whispers, "Without Earth?" "Yes," the leader says. "From this day forward, Nova Aeon is the beginning. Erase the old records, erase the name. Humanity will never look back." The feed ends. Lira sits frozen, her hands trembling. The truth is worse than she imagined. Earth was not lost by mistake. It was erased, deliberately, completely, by those who rule Nova Aeon. She carries the secret with her, unable to share it openly. When she meets Darrow again, she speaks in a whisper. They knew, the council knew. Earth wasn't forgotten by accident. It was erased. He stares at her in disbelief. "Do you hear yourself? If you say this out loud, they'll shut you down. Or worse. They can't erase the truth forever." Darrow grabs her wrist. "Listen to me. You think you've uncovered something powerful. But this colony survives because people believe in unity. If you break that, everything breaks." Lira pulls away. "Then maybe it needs to break." The days that follow are restless. She walks through the shining streets of Nova Aeon, seeing everything differently. The laughter of children, the songs in the markets, the glow of the domes, all of it rests on a lie. A lie polished so well that no one even questions it. Everywhere she goes, she hears the forbidden word in her head, Earth. And slowly a plan forms. She cannot keep this knowledge to herself. She must reveal it. But the council is already watching. The secret weighs on Lira like a second heartbeat. She tries to bury it, but the truth refuses to stay silent. When she closes her eyes, she sees Earth, green forests, blue oceans, skies unfiltered by domes. When she opens them, she sees the colony's walls, smooth and perfect, built on lies. One evening, she shows a fragment of the files to a small circle of technicians she trusts. A star map, a single set of coordinates, a voice that says, Earth Command. They laugh nervously. What is this, some old simulation? But then one of them, an older worker named Jaren, his voice shakes. I've seen this symbol before. My grandmother told me stories. Stories she wasn't supposed to. The group falls silent. No one dares speak the word, but they all feel it. Something real, something missing. Whispers begin to spread, quiet at first, passed in hushed tones through workshops and markets. A strange name, carried like a spark. Earth. The council notices the change. In the upper domes, Counselor Vera stands before her peers, her expression hard. Rumors are stirring. Old words are being spoken. Someone is poisoning the people with lies. We must act before unity collapses. One of the younger counselors asks, should we address the rumors directly? No, Vera answers coldly. To speak the word is to give it power. We will not acknowledge it. We will erase it again. But the whispers are already too strong. In the streets, children ask questions their parents cannot answer. Workers compare strange anomalies in star charts. Pilots speak of coordinates missing from their navigation systems. The myth is returning piece by piece. Darrow finds Lira in her workshop, her desk cluttered with maps and broken devices. His face is tense. You've started something you can't control, he says. Good, she replies. It means the truth is spreading. Truth or destruction. The colony runs on faith. If that faith breaks, everything breaks. Then let it, Lira says, her voice fierce. Better broken truth than perfect lies. For the first time, Darrow doesn't argue. He just looks at her, fear and awe tangled together. The next day, the council issues a decree. Public assemblies are banned. Unauthorized access to archives is treason. Patrols sweep the markets. Drones hover low, scanning faces for signs of unrest. But fear only feeds the whispers. A single word, once erased, now moves through the colony like fire. Earth unity begins to crumble. The colony is restless. Now the cracks are everywhere. Children whisper the forbidden word in the streets. Workers demand answers about erased archives. The council cannot contain it. Counselor Vera addresses the people from the highest dome, her voice amplified across the colony. Brothers and sisters of Nova Aeon, beware of false voices. There was no Earth. There is no Earth. The colony is our beginning and our end. To speak otherwise is treason, but her words feel weaker than before. The crowd does not answer in unison. Some bow their heads. Lira watches from the shadows. She knows the council will come for her soon. She has broken their silence. But fear cannot stop her now. She has something stronger than fear. Proof. With Darrow's help, she hijacks the colony's central broadcast system. One night, while most of Nova Aeon sleeps, the screens flicker to life across every dome. The council's anthem cuts off mid-verse, replaced by an image no one has ever seen before. Blue oceans, vast forests, mountains stretching into the clouds, old and crackling. This is Earth Command. Colony vessels prepared for launch. Humanity's cradle will endure. Gasps echo through the domes. Parents clutch their children. Workers drop their tools. For the first time in centuries, the lost home of humankind is seen again. Lira steps into the broadcast, her face unhidden. They told us Nova Aeon was the beginning. They lied. We came from a world called Earth. They erased it to control us. But the truth is alive. The truth is here. Chaos erupts. Some cheer, some weep, others shout in anger and denial. But no one can unsee the oceans, the forests, the sky without domes. The council reacts swiftly. Vera herself leads the charge, her eyes burning with fury. She spits when she finds Lira. "I dare tell the truth," Lira replies. "Truth is survival," Vera snaps. "Without unity, this colony dies. Without memory, we are already dead." The drones advance, but before they can seize her, Darrow activates a stolen shuttle. The hangar doors blast open. Alarms scream across the colony. Lira and Darrow sprint aboard as the ship roars to life. Council forces fire at the shuttle, but it breaks free, soaring past the domes and into the endless stars. For the first time, someone has defied the council openly. For the first time, someone is chasing the path back to Earth. The colony watches the shuttle streak into the void. Some with hope, some with fear, all knowing that nothing will ever be the same again. The shuttle drifts into deep space, its engines burning faintly against the black canvas of stars. Inside, Lira sits at the controls, hands trembling but steady. Darrow works beside her, scanning the stolen coordinates she uncovered from the archives. Silence stretches between them, but it is not the silence of fear. It is the silence of standing on the edge of history. Back in Nova Aeon, chaos spreads. Without the certainty of a single truth, the people fracture. Some demand freedom, others cling to the council's order. Families split, friendships collapse. The word Earth becomes both a beacon and a weapon. Counselor Vera delivers speeches, swearing that the colony will hold firm, but her voice carries less power with each passing day. The perfect unity has shattered. The myth has returned, and no decree can erase it again. Meanwhile, the shuttle speeds on. Lira stares out the viewport, watching the stars blur as they follow the ancient path. "What if there's nothing there?" Darrow finally asks. "Then at least we'll know," she replies. The lie will end. Hours bleed into days, days into weeks. The journey feels endless, but the coordinates remain true. Each calculation draws them closer to something no one in Nova Aeon has seen for generations. Then, one moment, the stars ahead shift. A small blue sphere appears in the distance, glowing faintly against the dark. Oceans shimmer. Clouds swirl. Continents sleep beneath the veil of atmosphere. Lyra's breath catches. Her voice trembles. It's real Earth, the cradle of humanity, forgotten and buried, but still alive. The shuttle draws closer, its scanners confirming air, water, soil, life. Lira presses her hand against the viewport, tears blurring her vision. She has found what was stolen. She has found what the council erased. Behind them, the colony still fights, still fears, still clings to its crumbling unity. But here, before her, lies the proof that the past was real, and that the future could be reborn. Darrow whispers almost to himself. "Will they believe us when we return?" "They won't need to believe," Lira answers softly. "They'll see." The shuttle descends slowly, its hull trembling as it cuts through the atmosphere. Blue turns to green, and the roar of air surrounds them. For the first time in centuries, human feet touch Earth again. Lira steps out into the soil, the grass bending beneath her boots. She kneels, clutching a handful of earth, feeling the weight of history in her hands. The air is warm, the wind alive, the sky endless above her. She lifts her gaze and whispers, "We are home." The story of Nova Aeon will never be the same. Some will cling to the old order. Some will fight for the truth. But the seed has been planted, and the memory of Earth can never be erased again. Because one day when the colony asks who they are, someone will whisper the word that started it all: Earth. And this time, the word will not vanish. This time, the word will endure.